was the driver that did so much volunteer work in the Flint, Michigan water drive that we did. Bill, so congratulations. You are an award winner, huh? Pretty cool.
I don't know about that. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Bill.
I just called to ask Christine if she needed me to haul anything anywhere. You know, I'm still hard up for friends, and I'll go wherever I need to.
That is funny. And Bill, you really, during that Flint thing, I mean, you made more than one trip, and it was a volunteer issue, and we really appreciate everything you did.
And so did they. They acted like you bring them candy or gold or something out there. It was,
yeah.
It was heartwarming. It really was.
All right.
And I told you then it was an honor, but I'm going to miss Christine waking me up every day at 5 o'clock with the news what happened yesterday and last night. So
thank you.
She's definitely a member of the team, and she will be missed.
Thank you so much. I've heard
Bill.
from a lot of people from that 5 o'clock hour.
Right. I mean, that's what they wake up to, right? So,
yes.
All right, William. Thanks, Bill. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, sir. Bye.
And one more. Here's Carl. Carl, you're on the radio. Go ahead.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Good.
A few suggestions. Maybe the company can pay to have Christine's family brought up here.
Okay, I like that. That's
Carl, that is very.
Never thought about that.
Family is everything, but
it is.
Her extended family is going to miss her.
Thank you.
Carl,
maybe Bill can trade places with her family.
Would be nice if I go to Mississippi and Christine stays. Thanks, Carl. I appreciate that. But and my family might actually enjoy that, to be honest with you. So
probably would.
Yeah. All right, Carl. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
It's the first time someone has suggested that.
Yeah, I know. That's a great suggestion. And Willie Waffle standing by on the line. Good morning, Willie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
But it's not really a good morning.
Oh, I know. Willie, you're crushed on this.
This is killing me. This put a bruise on my soul.
And Willie will be up here over the weekend, and and Christine will be gone. It's very sad.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't have come 1 week earlier.
Yeah, you'd have been there. She'd have been here. There you go. All right, Willie. Let's talk about is the weekend going to be? First of all, before we get into the movies, I was shocked to see that Vinyl, the HBO show about rock and roll and the history of those 70s, 60s, and 70s, that it's been canceled just like that.
Well, it's a little surprising, but not really if you think about what HBO wanted from it and what it was paying for it. I think I read someplace that it cost something like $30 million to put the show on the air between all the fees and the actors' costs and the production costs, and it never became the big, massive prestige show that HBO needed it to be. Yeah. They needed it to be the next Sopranos. They needed it to be maybe the next Sex and the City, that show that defined what HBO is, that defined what HBO wanted to be, that draws in new subscribers and draws in current subscribers and becomes this buzzed about show. It needed to reach those Game of Thrones levels, and it never did. It just never took off. And so they decided to cut their losses. They just said, listen, we can't sink this kind of money into something that's failing.
Yeah.
To further emphasize your point, I actually believe Jim Rondinelli told us yesterday it was $30 million just for the pilot.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think it was $5 for the pilot and $30 for the whole episode, for the total of episodes.
That's a ton of money.
Yeah, think of the music rights that had to come out of that.
The rights fees were big. Scorsese doesn't come cheap. Mick Jagger wants a good piece of the money. I mean,
sure.
So there's a lot of cost there.
And even Mick Jagger's kid, I thought he was really good in this because he, of course, was playing a Sex Pistols type punk rocker. But I mean, that kind of money. I wonder if the fact that it's being canceled creates it kind of mystifies the image of the program, which could result in some sort of a rebirth.
Well, the way things are going, just give it 20 years and someone will want to reboot it then. Right.
You're right. I did, as somebody said to me yesterday, you remember Star Trek wasn't all that big in the beginning?
That's true.
The problem with that is Star Trek's budget wasn't all that big either.
And people really, really loved Star Trek and kept it going and went to those conventions and developed enough attention for the show that the Paramount decided, hey, let's just take a shot. And remember, Paramount brought Star Trek out of mothballs because there was this little thing called Star Wars that was dominating the planet, and they said, hey, we've got something in space too. Let's make Star Trek.
And bingo. All right, the movies this weekend. First of all, The Shallows. What is this? And it's out early or something? What happened?
Yeah, well, it's out early. It was supposed to come out next Wednesday, and then literally, I think it was Friday of last week, somebody at the studio went, I bet we can make more money if we went up against Independence Day than if we went up against all those movies on July 4th. And bada boom, bada bing, now your movie's coming out on Friday. And it's a pretty simple movie. It's Blake Lively in a bikini. She gets chomped by a shark at this remote ocean, this lagoon, and she climbs up on a rock that's 200 yards from the beach, and the shark is circling, trying to make her into a midday snack.
Wow.
And she's got to figure out how she's going to get out of here. And she's only got a limited amount of time because the shark bit her.
So that's the whole movie?
That's the whole movie. And then, she's sitting on the rock, and she's going to talk about her regrets in life and decisions that she's made, and think about why is she there. And there's going to be a lot of that stuff too. And I kind of like Blake Lively as an actress. I think she's actually pretty good. I mean, her father was like a big acting coach out in Hollywood, so she's picked up a little something along the way. So she's going to let you feel kind of that tension that's going on. She's going to show you this character is going to use her brain and her medical training to try to survive that attack, and it's really kind of tracking very well. I think a lot of people are curious about it. They're interested in it. It may not be the greatest movie, but you know what? It might be just the movie you want this weekend because you don't care. You just want to be entertained.
All right. How about Free State of Jones? And oddly enough, it's based in Mississippi.
Yeah, it's Matthew McConaughey as Newton Knight. He's this Mississippi farmer during the Civil War, and he doesn't believe in secession, and he doesn't believe in slavery, and he decides, you know what, I'm out of here. And he goes back home to Mississippi, where he finds that the Confederate Army is raiding everybody's houses and taking their stuff for the war effort, and enough's enough. So he decides he's going to join up with a bunch of like-minded individuals and some freed slaves, and they're going to start their own country.
Is he driving a Lincoln? Well,
no,
probably not.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah, I would have. Throw that in there.
Or at least, going down the road on a horse,
A horse named Lincoln. So what do you think?
They're trying so hard to prove to you that it actually happened, that it's historically true. They're forgetting to throw in some emotions among the facts. So you just kind of go through, first of all, this weird structure where they're jumping back and forth through time. They're showing you this court case in 1940s Mississippi, and you could probably figure out where it's going, but you're like, I don't care about that. I got everything that's happening during the Civil War, and it extends through Reconstruction, and it extends through a lot of Newton Knight's life. And I think that kind of hurts the movie. I think it loses a little bit of focus there, too. So I'd say 1.5 waffles for the Free State of Jones.
And then the next one is a biggie. This is the 20 years after the aliens were defeated by Will Smith and the gang. They're back.
Yes, Independence Day resurgence. All the world is celebrating that big, big victory when another alien ship shows up, and it's 3,000 miles in diameter, and it decides to park itself in the ocean and start drilling to the Earth's core, which will rip us apart.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. And anybody who lived through the first Independence Day movie remembers it was a big deal. It was massive. It was the most buzzed about movie in years and years and years. And we all went, we all enjoyed it, and then we forgot about it. And that's why I'm shocked we're doing a sequel here, because it's not like these are legendary characters. These the Luke Skywalker, these guys ain't, okay?
Right.
So you've got a movie that just frankly it's entertaining. It's got a lot of action. I love the aerial fights between the different spaceships. It's got enough going for it to keep you interested, but it's a little too campy. I think it's a little bit too dedicated to cliche. I'd say it's 2 waffles. You'll go, you'll have a good time, you'll forget about it later.
Wow, just like the original.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
right.
Except the original was better. I don't know. Maybe I was just more into movies, or maybe it was kind of the first time around for something like that, and we were more excited about it. I don't know. I just feel like the original was a lot better.
That's funny. I've just heard our movie reviewer Willie Waffle say, I think I might have liked the first one because I was more into movies than I am today. That is so funny. Certainly more into that kind of a movie.
Yeah,
so,
I think so. I'm 20 years older now. My tastes have changed slightly.
Got it. All right, Willie, it's wafflemovies.com. Before you go to the movies, check out his website. And Willie, thanks. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right, talk to you next week.
All right. Technically, I'll talk to Willie tomorrow. He's going to be up here and in town.